everybody that you come in contact with could potentially have been a survivor of something. And I know for a fact that there are people who look like me, who live where I live, who's been through this, who just have never been able to speak about it. They've never felt safe enough to be able to say, hey, I survived sexual abuse by somebody that I knew or somebody that I didn't know. This is also my story. I'm Nigerian, so I have traditionally African Nigerian parents, which was, you don't speak unless you're spoken to. Your opinions really don't matter. This is what you have to do, and this is it. My dad was there physically, but never emotionally. So that's, for me, it was like, this is not the kind of relationship I want to have with my son. I need him to know that we can bond on a deeper level. Aiden, he's 5, probably the smartest kid I've ever met in my life. He's extremely opinionated, but he's also smart enough to know that what mommy and daddy says goes, but I can still tell him how I feel. And he'll be upset. He's 5, so he'll have his little upset tantrums. Let him get it all out, and then after that, he'll come and we'll talk. And giving him that tool to be able to openly express his feelings has been amazing and monumental in his growth. He listens very well. He's emotionally stable, and I kind of love him. I have an empathetic heart for people. I love people. I love to see people, being in a happy place, emotionally stable, just grounded. Being a therapist, it just seemed like a natural fit for me. It was like a glove. I worked with foster care survivors, kids that grew up in the foster care system because their parents were in drugs. I worked with drug abuse survivors and prison survivors who were in the prison system. And now I work with kids in the school, in the neighborhoods that I live in. So when I got the call from Kenton saying, look, I work with a group of guys and ladies who are extremely intelligent, who do survival work for male identified survivors of sexual abuse, I was like, I've never worked with this population. I've actually never even thought about this population. Tell me more about it. And it was like, wow, I need to be part of this. Learning about a different demographic that I've never worked with before has been extremely fulfilling. Black men are capable of doing this things too. We're not always perpetrators of crimes. We're not always victims, because every time we turn on the news, a black man was killed. Or hey, a black man robbed somebody. We can cure people, we can help people. We're also available, we're talented, we're smart. We're firefighters, and we're doctors and nurses, and we're therapists. I am that. I would love to see more black men show up to these meetings, to these workshops, but I think that's gonna take time. And that's gonna take a different kind of outreach that I'm not sure we've done yet. If we can continue to push these kids into therapy, I think the generation after them, it'll be a whole new world. So I'm very optimistic about what the future for black men with their mental health healing and self-care is looking like. But once you give a survivor community of people who've experienced what they've experienced, that's a load off of their back. Hey, I can relax for a second. They understand what I've been through. They're not gonna violate me because they know what it feels like to be violated. This did not only happen to you. You're not the only one who's been through this. You don't have to deal with this alone.